I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Hublot. Today, I'll be your guide to the proper usage, care, and maintenance of your Hublot Classic Fusion Ceramic Blue 42mm. Now, this is an automatic winding timepiece by means of case-back winding mass. The rotor converts the energy of the wrist into mainspring barrel wind. But should you wish to manually wind the watch, take the crown in its first position flush to the case and turn it 20 to 30 turns in a clockwise direction. Now, this should be sufficient to start the movement. At this point, you can set the date, set the time, wear the watch, it will continue to wind itself. But if you wish to continue to wind up to the maximum rated power reserve of 42 hours, simply continue turning. Listen for the subtle click or tick of the bridal style mainspring slipping. You cannot accidentally overwind the watch. It slips to relieve any excess strain. So listen for that audible sign that your watch is fully energized. Once you've wound your watch, you can use two subsidiary functions to set it more precisely. The first is stop seconds, and you see it engaged here. Stop seconds, when you withdraw the crown and halt the balance, arrests the movement of the hands. Set against a reference time such as an online atomic clock, such as that maintained by the U.S. Naval Observatory. Set the watch to the same hour as the atomic clock and the next nearest minute. Wait for the reference time to catch up to the time you've set down to the second, and then push the crown in when they coincide. Now you've synchronized your reference time. The watch also features a quick set date. 1 detent out from flush to the case, you actuate the quick set, which allows you to turn the crown counterclockwise and rapidly cycle the date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. It's important to remember that this function should never be used during the hours between 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., as this is the period when the watch is automatically jumping its date. Take care never to use the quick set during that period, and if you must roll the watch through the date change during that period, do so manually by turning the hands through the date change. Now, there are three primary areas of hazard with respect to the handling of your watch, mindful of the movement's longevity, but there's one area with respect to the longevity of the exterior that needs to be discussed. The timepiece is crafted of high-tech black ceramic, a material Hublot uses to avoid the marks of wear and tear, conventional scratches and scuffs that prematurely age metal watches. The ceramic is effectively as hard as the sapphire crystal, meaning only diamond can routinely scratch it. However, under certain extreme circumstances, vicious blows against metal, concrete, or stone may fracture the ceramic, so always treat the ceramic of the case as you would the crystal over the dial. Highly scratch resistant, but not immune to blunt force trauma against solid objects. With respect to the handling of the movement, keep in mind water, magnetism, and shock. Water resistance for this watch is rated at 50 meters. It has a push-down crown that sits flush to the case when depressed, and 50 meters is rated by Hublot as sufficient for surface exposure to water, but not deep diving or vigorous activity below the surface. However, leather, as featured in the strap, is a natural porous material that is never water resistant, so ensure the watch is on a water-resistant band prior to exposure to moisture. Moreover, avoid accidental drownings by keeping your crown flush to the case and disused. Don't set, don't wind while there's even water on the case, never mind submerged, as attempting to use the crown while the watch is wet may bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the watch. Water resistance will ebb with time as seals and lubricants degrade, so Hublot recommends on an annual basis having the watch water tested at an Hublot authorized service center. Magnetism is unseen but ubiquitous. It's found in proximity to MRI equipment, high-powered speakers, subwoofers, wiring looms, the closures of wallets, purses, and refrigerator doors. Keep the watch remote from these sources, as a magnetized watch can run erratically, fast or slow, because the hairspring at the center of the balance, the watch's heartbeat effectively, has become altered by the magnetism. If you suspect due to erratic running that your watch has become magnetized, take it to an Hublot authorized service center, where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the watch. Concussion and shock, however, can cause more permanent damage. Even if the case is protected from trauma against hard surfaces, very violent or concussive activities can damage the movement to the point of stoppage. So keep the watch disused during batting, tennis, golf, firearms marksmanship, or the riding of ATVs or mountain bikes. Finally, every fine mechanical watch requires a comprehensive overhaul every 3 to 5 years. This will involve exterior reconditioning of the watch, replacement of a worn strap, restoration of water resistance, as well as cleaning, oiling, and re-regulation of the caliber. The total condition of your watch should be checked every year when the watch goes in for its annual water test. If necessary, service exclusively with an Hublot authorized service center or the factory, as these agencies solely have the trained personnel, specialized tools, and Hublot original factory replacement parts to protect the value of your classic Fusion as both instrument and as investment. Moreover, only these agencies are able to back all labor and parts invested with an Hublot factory service warranty. Finally, call, text, or email our experts at govbergwatches.com, and they'll be happy to walk through every phase of the usage and the care of this or any Hublot fine timepiece.